Welcome to the Mindspo podcast. My name is Rochelle Fox. I am your host. And in today's episode, we are kicking off episode 1 in a 4-part series. It is going to be the Safe to Be Seen series. And let me tell you, it is here to call you out, to help you stop playing small and start going after it. I really do see this podcast as a little bit of an awakening. Like, I do these episodes to awaken something within you. Because let me tell you something, I desire nothing more than for you to be healthy, wealthy, abundant, and free. I mean it when I say I want the best for you. That is why I do the work that I do. And I want to be the one that speaks life into you, because I know what it feels like to have someone in your corner, to have a cheerleader, to have someone that has your back. And I want to be that for you. I want to be the one to whisper in your ear every single week and say, "You've got this. You really have this. You just need to believe in yourself. You just need to show up. You need to step forward and show the world what you're made of," because there is nothing that makes me more sad than seeing people with all the potential in the world, like, just allow that inner bitch, that inner voice that is pulling them down, get the better of them. I hate that. And I don't want that for you. I want you to step into the power that is within you. And this episode, I hope, is going to do that for you. And I hope the next 4 episodes are going to be like a weekly pep talk to get you up, to get you moving, to get you motivated. Because let me tell you something, we are halfway through 2025, and this is the time of year when things kind of get a little split. I often feel the halfway mark of every single year kind of puts people in 2 different camps. You get those that just kind of give up and get lazy and just go, stuff it, I'll do it next year. And then you have people like me. And I also think, probably if you're listening to this, people like you, people that look at that halfway mark and just have that feeling inside of them that knows, like, hey, I know that I can do more this year. I know that there is something else that is meant to come through me this year. I know that my dreams are possible for me, but I just, for some reason, haven't got there yet. And I want to make a change. I want to make a shift. I want to get there. And if you want to get there to wherever it is you're going, this is the podcast for you. So, with all of that said, I actually want to kick off this podcast with something very, very exciting. So, as you probably read on the title of this podcast is all around you are not jealous, you are divinely guided. We're going to be talking about 5 steps to get you through envy. But before we do, I have a very exciting announcement. After years of not launching any new courses, I have just opened the doors to something brand new that I have been pouring my heart and soul into. It is called Safe to Be Seen, the Magnetic Presence Method. And it is everything that I've learned about subconscious rewiring, expanding your nervous system's capacity, and creative confidence and identity work, all rolled into one 4-week powerful journey. If deep down you know that you're meant for more and you crave being seen, then this is the course that will take you from frozen to freedom when it comes to creation, so you can start living the life of your dreams. If you're curious, all the links are down below, as well as some bonuses, so go and check them out. I am so excited that I can now start talking about Safe to Be Seen, the Magnetic Presence Method. If you have been listening to this podcast, you will know that I've been working on this program for a while. I honestly haven't put out like a full-on proper course for years and years and years. And that is because there is nothing really that has lit up my soul the way that this course has. Like, this particular course, this body of work, it feels like my soul work. It feels like all of the things that I have had to go through and navigate, and all of the blocks and the frustration and just like the personal challenges that I have overcome privately, no one has seen. And this is the crazy thing about being online. I am sure so many of you probably watch my podcast, watch my reels, watch other people's podcasts. And if you were just looking at me from your Instagram screen, you would have no idea of the amount of visibility blocks and the amount of self-talk and nervous system healing that I have had to do to get to where I am now, where I just feel in flow. I'm not umming and ahhing. I'm not second guessing myself. I'm not freezing. I'm not freaking out. I'm not posting things and then regretting them or spiraling in my head. This has been a process to get to where I am now. And I want to shortcut your process. If you have ever wanted to share your voice, if you've ever wanted to write a book, a podcast, if you wanted to get a promotion, if you want to be seen by the opposite sex and feel confident and radiant and just yourself, and you just want to put yourself out there, whether it be online or in the real world, this is the program that is going to get you results. And I can't even tell you how excited I am about it. I just get so excited thinking about it. If you listen to this podcast or you know me, you will know I am obsessed with transformation and the ripple effect. There is nothing cooler for me than getting a message from someone who has done a course of mine or read a book or been on the Mindspo app, and then they've told me this transformation that they've gone on. And the fact that I know very, very soon I'm going to be getting absolutely massive paragraph DMs from the people that do this course, sharing how this has transformed their life, how they're now blowing up on social media, launching their podcast, starting their coaching cohorts, getting that promotion, being seen by that guy. I know that that is going to happen with this course, and I believe it in my soul. I can see it. I can feel it. It's a really good one. Anyway, I'm going to stop ranting and raving about that because I'm just so excited about it. So we're talking about jealousy today, and the green-eyed monster, hey, this is a big one. And I feel in the age of social media, when we are just constantly glued to our screens, watching everyone else's lives and just stalking people that we don't even know, jealousy is something that I feel has 10x in our society, and it feels icky, right? I feel like most of us aren't sitting down with our best friend or our mom or our sister and talking honestly about how triggered we are. How often do you actually talk about your jealousy? I'm sure you feel jealous. I'm sure you feel comparison and envy, but you're probably not talking about it, and you are probably only mentioning it to your therapist, and you probably even then feel like, oh, is this okay to mention? Because no one likes talking about this shit. But today I want to talk about it because I get jealous. I get envious. I feel that twing inside of me sometime when I see someone's content or someone's business or numbers or life. And I know that I'm not alone in these feelings. But the thing is, I have completely transformed my relationship with jealousy. Jealousy is no longer something that I feel a lot of shame around. It is no longer something that I feel frustrated about or I feel is a bad thing, really. To me, jealousy, envy, comparison, they're all these things that are there to teach me something. They are there for a reason and a purpose, and they're not what they seem. So with all of that said, I want to give you 5 reframes today and some action steps to just help you move through your jealousy so you can start feeling more safe to be seen and start changing your relationship with this feeling. So my first mindset shift is this. You don't need to get over your jealousy. You need to get into your creativity. So stop trying to heal from jealousy and instead use it. Make something, say something, build something. That's how you're actually going to metabolize the ache that you feel, by actually creating your way through it. So you don't heal jealousy by scrolling, by comparing, by just numbing yourself. You heal it by creating, by taking action, by transmuting that discomfort into some kind of momentum. Now, jealousy without momentum, it actually turns into what's known as resentment. But jealousy paired with creativity, that's fuel. So don't sit in it. Move, make, speak, share. That is how you're going to come home to yourself. At the end of the day, most of the time, you need to realize that you're not actually jealous. You're just underexpressed. You're not lacking talent. You're actually just creatively constipated. And let me tell you something, when you're creatively constipated, expression is the cure. So move that energy, make something, anything, and start getting out of your head and get into some action. Now, for every single one of these mindset shifts, I have a question for you to help you take action. And the question for this one is, what is one thing that you can do today to make a move towards your dream life? So you have to start taking action, right? If you feel jealous, if you feel comparison or envy, you cannot just sit with it. Okay, sitting with it at first, great. Sit with it, feel it, recognize it, be aware of it, but then use it. Jealousy can be such a powerful fuel. And honestly, I sometimes feel like jealousy is sent there from the universe to you to give you a little bit of a freaking kick. Because let me tell you something, I truly believe that when you're just sitting there scrolling, numbing yourself out, looking at other people's lives, your guides are looking at you going like, what are you doing? Like your higher self is looking down on you going, why are you wasting your potential? So maybe it sends you a feeling of jealousy to really remind you like you're capable of this. Don't you want this? To make you feel something. So often, so many of us are just dissociating from our feelings. And jealousy, although it doesn't feel good, it's a feeling. And your feelings are there to give you a sense of momentum, to make you mobilize your energy. We're not meant to just sit in our feelings. We're meant to feel them and then use them. They are compasses. So ask yourself again, what is one thing you can do today to make a move towards your dream life? And now I have mind shift number 2 for you. So you've been taught to shame your jealousy. But what if you blessed it instead? What if every pang of comparison was actually just a breadcrumb from your higher self, a compass, a clue, a direction? I want you to know that jealousy is not evil. It is actually just encrypted guidance, and it's time to decode it. I want you to think about it like this. You don't actually want their life. You want the part of you that they woke up. Let me say that again. You don't actually want their life. You want the part of you that they woke up. You're not actually jealous of her. You're just missing a version of you that she reminds you of. Now, that's actually power. That's clarity. So go and follow that feeling, not to compete, but to come home to yourself. Now, my action step for this one for you is to ask yourself, what is it that has been awoken in you? Where are you playing small or just feeling like an imposter rather than taking action? So really sit with that right now. Like, where are you playing small? Where are you feeling like an imposter? What part of you is hiding? What part of you is minimizing yourself? In that answer is a lot of self-awareness and a lot of truth that you can start using to start making some moves. My third mindset shift is if she triggered you, she taught you. That creator who made your stomach twist with some kind of jealousy, yeah, she taught you. She showed you where your edge is, where your nervous system still shrinks. She didn't do anything to you. She activated something within you, and you can shrink from it or you can rise into it. Now that is your call. And if this one hit a nerve with you, I really want you to ask yourself, what is it about them that triggers you? And how can you use that trigger as a teacher to dive deeper into what needs to be activated within you? Now, this is actually something that I have talked about for years and years. If you're new to the podcast, you might not know about my journey and like kind of all the work I've done, but I have a retreats company. It's called Mindspo Retreats, and we run retreats all around the world. And I am not currently living in Bali anymore, but I lived in Bali for very many years. And when I was in Bali, I actually birthed something called the Mindspo Self-Love Retreat. And that retreat and the program is running to this day in Bali, and it's hosted now by the most amazing Mindspo facilitators. If you are someone that is like navigating self-love and jealousy and comparison and all of these feelings that we're talking about in this podcast, I really feel like that retreat is made for you. And it's honestly, that retreat is like the foundation of the work that I teach. And it's something that I really recommend to anyone listening to this podcast that feels drawn to this kind of work, because gosh, the transformations that have happened from my Mindspo self-love retreats, they're amazing. And the reason I'm mentioning this is because we're talking about triggers and activators. This is foundational to the work that I've been teaching for years. I truly believe that every single time we are triggered, it is there to activate something within us. Triggers are teachers. They are not these horrible things that we need to run from. They're not things that we always need to silence or avoid. Yeah, there are some triggers that we want to avoid and have boundaries around, but the triggers that are awakening something within us from like a soul purpose that are making us feel jealous or envious, no, baby. That's not a trigger. That is an activator. That is something from the divine saying, you are made for this. This is meant for you. Is this making you feel uncomfortable? Good. You're meant to be uncomfortable because right now you're playing too small. You are playing too small, and that's why you feel triggered, because you're not meant to be here. You're meant to be up there, but you're playing down here. And nah, that's not how your life is meant to go. When you start recognizing that your trigger is actually a teacher and it is there to help you rise, you're going to look at your life completely differently. And I have had this practice now for years. Every single time I am triggered and I can feel like, oh, I'm annoyed. Like, why aren't I there? I'm like, well, it's here to activate me. It's here to push me further. It's here to show me all the ways that I'm playing small. So allow people online or in life that are triggering you, that are making you feel small in some kind of way, actually show you that they're not making you feel small. They're just making you feel activated towards your full potential, because you're not meant to be where you are right now. You're meant to be where they are. And it's not going to look exactly how it looks for them, because you'll get there on your own divine time and your own route, doing it your own way. But they are there as a mirror to what is possible. My fourth mindset shift for today is, you're not here to be relatable. You're here to be radiant. Stop minimizing your light just because someone else makes you feel behind. You're not behind. You're becoming. Jealousy is just the tension that you feel between your current self and your future self, saying, I'm ready now. Really think about this. Like, I want you to recognize that jealousy, it's a messenger. It's a messenger from your potential. It's a messenger from this future version of you. It is something there to guide you. It's like a compass. And I think the more we can see jealousy as a compass and as a guiding light, the more we are going to have a better relationship with this emotion. And I think this is a really interesting point to explore. I feel that so many of us have these very negative relationships with our emotions. I'll give you an example. I am currently learning to have a better relationship with anger. I am not someone that really allows myself to get super angry. I don't actually feel anger that much. But sometimes when it comes up within me, I don't welcome it. I don't welcome it like a teacher. I'm like, no. You better not lose your stack, Rochelle. Like, you don't want to blow up. But I'm learning that actually no, like, anger is there for me to form a relationship with it. It's not there for me to shun it the minute that it rears its head. And I think with jealousy, it's the same thing. I have completely changed my relationship with jealousy. I see it more now as a messenger. And it's not a messenger that feels good. It's like a messenger that like dumps something in your lap and you're like, that's not what I ordered. And I really don't like the smell of this. And can you get this off my lap? Like, this, it's gross. Like, it doesn't feel good. But nonetheless, it's a really important message. Just because you don't like the message or the way that the message comes doesn't mean there isn't truth in it. So really sit with that and start to realize that jealousy is there as a compass, as a messenger, and it's there for us to grow and to learn from. And I really do feel like when you start to challenge your relationship with jealousy as an emotion, it's going to start to shift so many things in your life. So my mindset shift prompt for you in this one is to ask yourself, if you already had the business, the followers, the love, the life, the community that you are currently dreaming of, how would you be showing up on a daily basis? What is the difference between the version of you now and the version of you that is living the life that you currently want? Maybe the life that someone else has that you're jealous of. What would you be doing differently? And what would be the little things on a daily basis that would be different? Because I gotta tell you, sometimes it's the little things that really make the big shifts and the big differences. And my fifth and final mindset shift, and I know that I've been speaking about this one throughout the podcast, but this has been really powerful for me. What if you stopped calling it jealousy altogether and you just started calling it a map or a compass? Like that person that you're comparing yourself to, they're just holding up a mirror to your unlived potential. And yes, I know it stings. And it's not because it's wrong. It's not because you're not meant to feel the sting. It's because deep down, you know that you're not letting yourself get there yet. Like this has been one of my key practices. I see jealousy as a map. I see it as a compass. I see it as something that is guiding me somewhere. And I feel like the more we change our relationship with this emotion and the more that we start to see it for what it is, rather than shaming it and pulling it down and feeling all these icky feelings about it, the more free you're going to feel. Like I really do not feel like life sends you these hard challenges and these situations and these feelings that we have to go through in order to punish you. It gives you these things to feel these things in order for you to free yourself from the pain, from the sadness, from the suppression, from all of the things that you are not willing to move through. Jealousy is just a shadow. It's just a shadow of the light that you could step into. And I really feel that when it comes to being online and just having such a intense connection to other people's lives these days, the more we can work on things like jealousy to actually alchemize these emotions into something that are there to teach us rather than torture us, the happier we are going to feel. So my last mindset shift question that I want to leave you with today is I want you to ask yourself, are you living the life you really want to be living? Or are you suppressing your potential because subconsciously you're sabotaging yourself out of some kind of fear? Is there some kind of fear beneath all of these feelings of jealousy that you're not enough, or that you're too much, or that you're not worthy, or your life isn't perfect, or you're not talented enough, or you're not smart enough, or you don't look a certain kind of way? Like, what is it? What is the deep subconscious fear that is sabotaging you? Because when you start to move through these deep subconscious fears that are actually holding you back from living the life that you truly desire, like that is when you're going to start to feel so much freedom. That is when you're going to start to feel liberated from all of this shame and all of this ickiness that you've allowed yourself to feel and to be frozen in. So now you know that jealousy tingle, it isn't shameful. It's just your potential saying, hear me out, count me in. But look, if your brain is full of ideas, but your body is literally frozen with paralysis, I want you to know that your next level identity, unless you move through those blocks, it's going to stay as a dream, which is why if you listen to this podcast regularly, you know that I'm here to get you out of that loop. And this is why I've created my brand new signature course, Safe to Be Seen, the Magnetic Presence Method. It's a 4-week program where we're going to melt away the fear in your nervous system. We're going to clear the subconscious stories that tell you that you need to shrink. And we're going to practice being visibly you without the vulnerability hangover. So here's a taste of what is waiting for you inside Safe to Be Seen. Week 1 is all around decide. This is where we're going to get crystal clear on what being seen actually means and looks like for you and why it matters enough to do the work. Week 2 is align. In this week, you're going to unlock my vault of resources to move through the 6 most common visibility blocks. Week 3 is surrender. This is where you're going to learn the art of detachment and release that excessive need for control. And then finally, week 4 is embody, where we step into action, but not from force, from flow, from a place of embodiment and a place of deep inner knowing that you belong in your visibility. If that feels like it could be the next step, then the link is waiting for you down below in the show notes. So just click through, read the full breakdown, and feel into it. Watch the video. And let me tell you something, your body is going to tell you whether it is a yes. Thank you so much for spending this podcast with me. Get excited because next week we're going to have another episode helping you unlock unlock all of these layers that are keeping you stuck from stepping into your magnetic presence and feeling safe to be seen, to earn, to shine, to become the version of you that I know you are destined to be. And we're going to do it together. I'm sending you so much love as always. I've absolutely loved ranting and raving about this one. I hope that it has been helpful. Send me a DM, a story, or a little message if it has, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you for joining me for this episode. You can discover more from Mindspo on Instagram and TikTok by following @Mindspo and myself @Rochelle_Fox. If this episode inspired you, then please pass it on and share the love. And lastly, always remember, you create your own reality. So go and make some magic.